What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got a huge update coming from Judge Scott McAfee, where he's ruling on whether or not District Attorney down in Fulton County, Georgia, Miss Fani Willis will stay in or get booted off of the Trump case due to her, conflict of interest with her boyfriend Nathan Wade. So having, love triangle / taxpayer embezzlement schemes that she's been running through her her offices, guys. I'm excited to get in this one and see what's going on there. We've got an update coming today. It says the judge may have accidentally slipped and let out his ruling, letting us know whether or not he's going to keep Fani Willis on or off the case. I'm excited to check out what he had to say. So I'm getting straight to the clip and we'll get my thoughts on the back end of the video, guys. Definitely stick around to the end so guys get my thoughts on the back end. And also, YouTube, push this video out. Definitely stick around to the end of the video. But let's get straight into it. Before we do that, though, make sure you guys hit that like button, guys. Also hit that subscribe button as we're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. Let's get into it, y'all.
It's time to speculate about Fani Willis, about, we're specifically just going to look at this last quote from Judge McAfee. We'll look at it together. But first, let me introduce Q. Quentin's an old friend of mine. We've been doing YouTube together for a long time. Some of you just haven't seen it is all. This is Doug in Exile. I'm Doug TeNapel. This is where all the happy patriots are. So we're going to watch this. So first things first, what's your big take home from Fani Willis? What's your thought?
Man, so I think Fani Willis was a very desperate person. I think that she was broke. She needed to come up, and she figured that she could use Donald Trump's name as a way to get out of the hole that she was in. And she wrote a book, and she wanted to promote that book. And
she's Eugene Carroll.
She's a con artist. I mean, let's be honest. And she thought that she had enough powerful friends that she could lie and she could steal and she could cheat and she could get away with it. But I don't think it's going to work.
Do you think she came up with the idea to go after Trump, or did someone else?
And, so from what I understand, she received a lot of money from a lot of dark places.
George Soros.
And George Soros. So I don't think that it was her original idea. But I feel like she saw it as an opportunity when it was brought up, and she ran with it.
She said, "Sure, I'll do it." But now everyone's going like, "Who tapped her?"
Yeah. No, man, and then to go and watch her testimony. I mean, she's just not a very bright individual. I mean,
not professional.
Not professional at all. And for all the conversations that we heard about temperament and having the temperament of officer of the court when we were going through the Kavanaugh deal, I mean, I'm thinking, that's the temperament that we're supposed to be? No. I mean, she was like the definition of a mad black woman, let's be honest. Yeah. I mean, Tyler Perry's going to make a movie about her next, I guarantee it.
I can't talk about the black part of it. I can tell you she's a mad woman.
Well, she's black. She's a woman, okay. And she seemed pretty ticked off.
Where do you put her on mad black woman on a scale of Michelle Obama?
Oh, man. You know what? So people are going to hate me for saying this, but I think Michelle Obama is far more intelligent than Fani Willis is.
Yeah, and more graceful, too.
And more graceful. Now, I don't think that either one of them are great patriots, but at the same time, she's far more graceful than Fani
Michelle
Willis.
Obama has skills.
Yes, she does.
Let's watch the judge real quick. This is Judge McAfee on the very end of where he says how long this case is going to take, and we're going to speculate on that real quick.
And those aren't ones I can make at this moment. And so I will be taking the time to make sure that I give this case full consideration it's due. I hope to have an answer for everyone within the next 2 weeks. Until that point, if there are any other issues that come up, counsel can reach out, and we'll have an order posted on the docket. Thank you all. We're off the record.
So he's off the record. You're on the record. What do you say?
So the closing arguments, I mean, were from the good guy's side was absolutely fantastic. I mean, hit the ball out of the park, and then listening to the closing arguments of Fani's side. Man, it was terrible, and it seemed like
that real squeaky guy.
Oh God, it was awful, and well, Judge, I think if you really look, it was terrible, and so hearing the judge ask questions, if I was going to to put subtitles there, what he was thinking. It was like, I'm not buying this. I'm not buying this on double coupon day, dude. Like, that's not, absolutely not. And so I really felt like the judge, from looking at it, I feel like he knows that there were some shenanigans going on. I think he's going to do the right thing.
So you've heard the conspiracies, though, and I've mouthed some of these. He gave to Fani Willis. His wife gave to Fani Willis twice, hundreds of dollars. I have a lot of people in my chat saying he's an operative. He's just going to do some window dressing, look like he's going after her, and really, he's going to say, we got nothing. Does he read like a straight shooter? Does he read like he's bought and sold to survive in Fulton County?
He reads like a guy who was presented evidence, and throughout I feel like he tried to give Fani's camp a chance to bring something compelling, and they could not. The only thing they had was, well, it's not that bad, really. I mean, but that's the only defense that they really had. But if you want to talk about giving to campaigns, let's be fair. Trump gave to Hillary Clinton's campaign. Yeah. So you can't necessarily call someone a turncoat because of who they gave to. I mean, a couple $100 to Fani's, like, I think it's throwing money away, especially after what we now know of Fani Willis, right?
What promise did he see in her?
Yeah, right. But who knows? I mean, maybe they caught him at a weak moment, but
yeah, and the presumption of innocence goes with her. So even he has to be magnanimous in that way when he starts.
Right.
You know what I mean? He has to look fair. He has to be open. He has to be generous to her.
Right.
And he was.
Yeah.
Because the way she was smacking her mouth when she was on the stand, man.
It was an embarrassment.
I go, you're a weak judge.
Yeah. It was an embarrassment. And I mean, in the way that she operated herself in his courtroom, I can't imagine you and I would get away with that.
No, I wouldn't. And Trump certainly wouldn't. Trump gets fined when he opens his mouth against Kaplan in New York and stuff. And here she is that was unprofessional. The 2 weeks. Is he telling you anything that it could take 2 weeks, or is he just giving himself the right amount of time it takes?
It doesn't take 2 weeks. I mean, I think he is trying to figure out the best way to distance himself from her. It doesn't. If I were the judge, trying to be as fair as I possibly can, I would have been ready to give a ruling right there on the spot. But of course, he's a judge. I'm not a judge. But
and if he was bought and sold, he'd give a ruling on the spot and cut her loose. He'd go, look, we have to get this thing moving back on Trump.
Right.
And we have improperly gone after this just person of the state. I can't believe we went after her sex scandal when the real scandal is Trump. Let's get back to business, right? It would not take. Right. So if he turns around a fast decision,
right,
it's going to favor her.
Right.
If he takes the full 2 weeks, he has to write up a bulletproof document that will keep him from going down in history as a biased, white judge against Fani Willis, against a he said, she said soap opera to save Trump.
Right. I mean, and of course, the argument from her side was, well, if we go this route, I mean, the criminal is always going to have the upper hand. Right. Yeah. Every prosecutor is going to be biased, and the laws aren't there. And this is where they lost him, I believe. They tried to make the argument that the laws of impropriety were for the judge, not for the prosecutor. Yeah, that's right. And he's like, whoa.
That doesn't apply, yeah.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Coming from our friend Doug in Exile. Definitely be sure to leave that original video link down in the description box below. For those of you who want to go over there and check that out. Also, you guys to go over there and show our friend Doug and Q some love. Oh my goodness, you guys. The time has come, and the time is now for Miss Fani Willis, the district attorney over in Fulton County, Georgia, guys. Scott McAfee is not buying it. Looks, I can see it straight through his face. We can all see in that clip. He's so disappointed in her action. He's ready to toss her off this case and into the streets. Maybe getting her disbarred as a district attorney. Talk about being in a hot seat, you guys. Now we got district attorney Fani Willis in that hot seat, getting ready to get thrown off this case into the streets by Judge Scott McAfee. And then we got him in the hot seat, like he's got to make this decision with all these entities and powers behind that are backing Miss Fani Willis. Judge Scott McAfee has so much pressure, tons and tons weighing down him at this point. Based off of his decision he makes, is going to, label him as what kind of judge he is, whether he is going to be the good guy erring on the side of justice, or if he's going to be a corrupt and paid for judge, you guys. It seems like that, that decision is weighing heavy on Scott McAfee. You can just see it in the, his mannerism, the facial expressions he had up there on the stand, guys. He needs those 2 weeks is what it seems like to me. I don't feel like he is stretching to say that he's going to, decide over the course of the next 2 weeks. Definitely glad to see that Judge Scott McAfee stood true. He didn't give, an instant verdict. Didn't let us know that, he's going to keep her on the case and, disregard all this evidence as it came about her. This is not, something that can be swept underneath the rug for much longer, guys. We have to address the issue. And I'm glad, Judge Scott McAfee isn't scared to hold this lady accountable. Whether, she has the big backing from these large corporation entities or not, he is not scared, to serve up some justice. And that's what we need to see in the courts, man. Fulton County, Georgia is very slimy. Glad to see we've got one, hopefully one entity, one judge that is not corrupt and paid for. This whole case just keeps getting messier and messier, guys. I think we're going to see Fani Willis get tossed off just based off of the way, Trump's legal team brought it home. This thing is gearing up to turn very ugly for Miss Fani Willis and her camp, guys. Definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. We see Fani Willis get tossed off the case by a judge that was kind of on her side, but can't go against all the evidence been brought about against her, guys. Definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Also, make sure you guys hit that share button. Share this out to as many Facebook friends as possible. And also, make sure you guys hit that like button, guys. Does not cost a thing. Hit that like button for your boy. And also hit that subscribe button, guys. We're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Yo, what's happening, Retro fam? Are you guys looking for a way to connect with your boy Retro and the Retro fam on a day-to-day basis? Look no further, guys. Memberships have now been launched where you can gain exclusive access to chat with your boy Retro and the community and gain perks, guys. Just hop in the description box below and check out the link for memberships, guys. You can subscribe on a monthly basis to chat and have exclusive perks with your boy Retro and the Retro community, guys. Check that out in the description box today.